Some people don't feel lonely when they cut others off. They feel safe. They stop answering. They stop explaining. And for the first time in a long time, their mind goes quiet. No guilt, no panic, just relief. So why does distance sometimes feel safer than closeness? That is the part people rarely talk about. From the outside, it can look cold, distant, even cruel. But from the inside, it often feels completely different. It feels like your body finally stopped forcing you to stay connected to what keeps draining you. And most people who become this selective were not always this way. There was usually a time when they were the reliable one, the one who answered late at night, the one who listened for hours, the one who kept the peace, the one who stayed available even when no one did the same for them. And after enough repetitions, something changes. You stop seeing each moment as an isolated problem and start seeing a pattern. Who only calls when they need something? Who disappears when you are struggling? Who brings chaos into every conversation? Who expects access to your energy but never treats it like something valuable? At first, you try to be fair. You make excuses. You tell yourself they are stressed, they mean well, they did not realize. But your body keeps collecting evidence. And after a while, your body learns a lesson your mind has not fully admitted yet. This is not safe. This is not balanced. This costs too much. That is why cutting someone off can feel peaceful. Not because connection does not matter, but because some forms of connection feel more like management than love, more like survival than closeness. And once your system feels that difference, it becomes harder to pretend you do not see it. Psychologists have a framework that helps explain this. Dr. Stephen Porges' polyvagal theory suggests that your nervous system is always scanning for cues of safety or threat. Not just physical threat, emotional threat too. Who makes you tense before the conversation even starts? Who makes you over-explain? Who makes you feel guilty for having needs? Who leaves you drained even when nothing openly dramatic happened? Your nervous system notices all of it, and when you have been emotionally drained too many times, it stops waiting for permission. It protects you. Sometimes that protection looks like withdrawal. Silence, distance, a sudden loss of desire to engage. From the outside, people may call that coldness. But from the inside, it can feel like finally putting down a weight you were never meant to carry forever. Not because you stopped caring, but because your body realized care without safety always turns into exhaustion. And for many people, this pattern did not begin in adulthood. It began much earlier. Maybe you grew up reading the room before you could relax, watching faces, tones, footsteps, door sounds, learning that one person's mood could change the whole atmosphere of the home. So you adapted. You became observant, careful, emotionally alert. You learned how to notice tension before anyone said a word, how to stay small when the room felt unstable, how to protect yourself by expecting the shift before it happened. And children who grow up like that often become adults who are exceptionally good at reading people. Not because they are paranoid, because they have spent years training their nervous system to detect change early. So when something feels off, they usually notice it faster than everyone else. And that ability may look intense from the outside, but for them, it was never a hobby, it was survival. They notice what others miss. The fake apology, the compliment with a hidden hook, the sudden change in tone, the relationship that feels warm one moment and punishing the next. This is why some people do not cut others off randomly. They do it after pattern recognition, after repetition, after too many moments where their body said, "This person is expensive." And that brings us to a distinction most people never learn clearly enough. Walls and boundaries are not the same thing. Walls block everyone. They are built from fear. Boundaries are selective. They are built from self-awareness. Walls say, "Nobody gets in." Boundaries say, "Not everyone gets access." That difference matters because fear shuts everything out. But clarity knows exactly what no longer belongs in your space. Because when someone says, "I cut people off and I feel peace," the real question is not, are they isolating? The real question is, What exactly are they protecting? Their time, their nervous system, their emotional stability, their ability to hear themselves think? Sometimes peace is not the absence of people. It is the absence of pressure, manipulation, unpredictability, emotional debt, and constant overstimulation. That is why solitude feels different from loneliness. Loneliness is wanting connection and not having it. But peace is realizing that distance from the wrong people can feel safer than closeness that keeps costing you yourself. Some people are alone for the first time in years and finally feel safe. No one demanding, no one pulling, no one calling just to pour their chaos into the room. Just quiet. And for a nervous system that has spent years in vigilance, quiet does not feel empty. It feels like relief. It feels like safety. It feels like healing. So no, you are not heartless for protecting your peace. Sometimes the healthiest thing you can do is stop calling constant exhaustion connection and start calling peace what it really is: protection. You do not cut some people off because you hate them. You cut them off because you finally love your peace enough to protect it. And sometimes, distance is not punishment, it is recovery. If this felt true for you, comment. Peace is protection. And if you want more videos that put words to things people usually carry alone, subscribe.